Well, let me first put a little bit of context into this as to why we're concerned about same-sex relationships in such a big way these days. Minnesota, as about, I think the latest count, and it changes by the day, I think we're up to about 20 or between 20 and 25 states that now allow same-sex couples to get married. Why that is important for family law attorneys is the obvious thing about, well, you're now going to have to deal with divorce issues if couples can get married, but it has a huge impact on family formation issues, which we're going to talk a little bit about. And our law in Minnesota was enacted on August 1st of 2013. And since that time, I have been on what I jokingly refer to as my dog and pony show, out on the lecture circuit, talking to various groups. I've talked to financial planners, I've talked to lawyers, I've talked to church groups, everybody wants to know, what is this going to mean for our family law practice? Because it has really significant ramifications. We have, those of us who are family law attorneys who deal in adoption and assisted reproduction and family creation issues, have long dealt with same-sex issues. Many family law attorneys who don't do those kinds of areas also run into it, in the sense that you will often we've had same-sex couples living together for decades. We've had them building families through adoption and arts for decades. They just couldn't get married. But those relationships fall apart inevitably, and same-sex couples are no different than heterosexual couples. They have family conflict. And so how do we deal with the unwinding and separating of the family relationship? And if there are children, how do we deal with that? Well, we've never had clear guidance because of lack of their ability to marry, and because they can't marry, they couldn't fit in under our typical family law statutes. So we've had to cobble together rules of law and practices from other parts of the law to come up with ways to deal with this. Well, now we have the same-sex marriage statute, which is broader than divorce. It talks about other areas of law where same-sex couples have been not allowed to do things, and it says now you allow them to do it. So it affects estate planning, it affects adoption, it affects parentage, paternity actions, and it obviously affects divorces.